Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games and our Kill Team Fighter in Focus video number 9. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be looking at the Ork Commandos BOMB SQUIG. Here's our BOMB SQUIG from the Ork Commandos, and this is from the Kill Team that came in the Octarius box set. And a great miniature. Here you can see him completely covered in a landmine, dynamite, all sorts of explosives as he's running towards the enemy to just completely annihilate him. And this guy's a great model, but also has some really good abilities. So in this video, we'll go through his data card, look at all those abilities in detail, and see exactly how we can use him in our kill team. Okay, let's get straight into it, and here's the data card, and we can see at the top left hand side of the data card we can see we've got the operative name and a brief introduction. So this is our BOMB SQUIG, and it tells us that BOMB SQUIGs are among the most dangerous of their kind. In addition to being voracious predators, as the name suggests, they carry all manner of explosives. In battle, they race for the foe, blowing up enemy troops and destroying their defences. So a great introduction to this awesome character, but now let's look at his physical characteristics. And here we can see he's got a movement of 3 white, so that's 6 inches, an action point limit of 2, so we can do 2 actions here. Group activation is 1, so he'll be activating on his own just as a single model or single operative. And then the defense characteristic is 3, so we can roll 3 dice when defending, but the save is pretty high with this one. The lower the number, the better for a save, but this guy's got a 6+, so really tough to make those saves. And wounds, he's only got 6, so most of the other Ork Commandos have got 10, but this guy's only got 6, so you really want to use him early on and make the most of him in your battle. Now we're looking at the different weapons. So this first one is our range weapon, and this is dynamite. And for it, we've got an attack of 4, so that's 4 dice we can roll. Ballistic skill is 3+, and the damage is huge. We're going to do 5 on a normal hit and 6 on a critical hit. And this comes with 2 special rules. We've got AP1 and BOMB SQUIG, and then for the critical hit rule, we've got P2. And we'll look at all of these individually now. Let's have a look at the AP rule first, and this is armour penetration, and this is AP1 for our BOMB SQUIG. You'll find this rule laid out in the appendix, which is on pages 142 and 143 of the core book. And for armour penetration, each time a friendly operative makes a shooting attack with this weapon, we'll subtract 1, in this case, from the defence of the target for that shooting attack. And 1 is that number that comes after the weapon's AP. So we've got AP1 here. And if 2 different AP special rules would be in effect for a shooting attack, they are not cumulative, so the attacker selects which one to use. And this will actually be the case for our BOMB SQUIG as we go and look at the P rule next. And here's that rule P, which is for piercing, and this is going to be a critical hit rule in this case, and the value of this is 2, so it's a P2 value. And with piercing, each time a friendly operative makes a shooting attack with this weapon, in the roll attack dice step of that shooting attack, if you retain any critical hits, the weapon gains the APX special rule for that shooting attack. And now X is going to be the number after the weapon's P with the piercing rule. And in this case, it's P2. So with our BOMB SQUIG, if we get any critical hits when we roll our shooting attack dice in the roll attack dice step, then we can change that from an AP1 to an AP2. So having that AP1 as a special rule and P2 as a critical hit rule is really great for this. And if we can get that AP to 2 using that piercing rule, then this is going to be awesome. And this BOMB SQUIG is going to do some serious damage. Being able to take away 2 of those defense dice from the target for that shooting attack is huge. And, you know, if you're looking at a lot of the Dovah Kruz who've got a DF or a defense of 3, they're going to be normally rolling 3 dice. But in this case, only 1 dice. But there is one other special rule to consider, and that's an ability called BOMB SQUIG. And this is quite long, so let's read through it first and then we'll break it down. So with BOMB SQUIG, this operative can perform a shoot action with this weapon if it is within engagement range of an enemy operative. When this operative performs a shoot action and selects this ranged weapon, make a shooting attack against each other operative visible to and within 1 white of it, so within 2 inches of it, even if it has friendly operatives within its engagement range. So the friendly operatives can also take some damage here, so that's important to note as well. And each of these is a valid target and cannot be in cover. After all of those shooting attacks have been made, this operative is incapacitated and do not roll for its BOMB ability, which we'll cover in a second. And this operative cannot make a shooting attack with this weapon by performing an Overwatch action. Okay, so as abilities go, this is a big one, quite a lot to break down. So if you looked at the weapon profile, at first you might be thinking that this has got that unlimited range across the battlefield, but the BOMB SQUIG rule reduces that range, and you must be within engagement range of an enemy operative to be able to perform that shoot action with the dynamite weapon. And that engagement range is 1 black triangle or 1 inch. But when this operative performs that shoot action with the weapon, they make the shooting attack against each other operative that's visible to them and within 1 white of them, so within 2 inches of them. So they've got to get within that engagement range of an enemy operative, and then any operatives that are visible and within 1 white of them can then be targets too. And so it says as well that they cannot be in cover. So this is crazy. Like, what a powerful rule. And don't forget, we've still got that P2 and the AP1. You know, if we can get a critical hit in our roll, then we can make that AP1 to an AP2. And then, you know, not taking cover into account. This is crazy. So really powerful. But after all those shooting attacks have been made, the operative is incapacitated. So there's got to be a downside to it somewhere. And it also says that the operative can't make that shooting attack with the weapon as an Overwatch action. So I think that's fair enough too. So this is a seriously good ability, I think, a great weapon. We've got AP1 special rule, the P2 critical hit rule, and now we've got this BOMB SQUIG ability that tells us a valid target cannot be in cover. And so if they cannot be in cover, that means that before, usually if you're in cover, before rolling the defense dice, the defender can retain 1 dice as a successful normal save without rolling it. But in this case, they can't do that. And, with AP1, they're going to lose a defense dice. P2 is going to make that AP2. They could potentially lose 2 defense dice. So, really strong ability. We've got another ability as well called Boom. And if this operative is incapacitated, roll 1d6. On a 3+, it makes a shooting attack using its dynamite. So I guess with the BOMB SQUIG, once we've used our dynamite, the BOMB SQUIG's out of the game. It's incapacitated, and that's the end of that. But as you're trying to get your BOMB SQUIG into position, there's a good chance they can be taken out and incapacitated with only 6 wounds. So having this is really handy, because if they're part way to where they want to go and they get taken out, then the idea is they can still explode if they're shot. The enemy could shoot one of the dynamites, trigger the explosives, and they could go up anyway. So you're going to do some damage, probably, if you're close enough, especially playing against a kill team like the Dovah Kruz, who've got lots of operatives on the board. So there's a good chance you might do some damage. And Boom is really a last resort if you get unlucky enough to lose your BOMB SQUIG early on. And there's one other ability in here called Stupid. And this operative cannot perform mission actions, cannot perform the pickup action, and cannot have a conceal order, and it cannot be equipped with equipment. And in narrative play, it cannot gain or lose experience and automatically passes casualty tests. So that makes sense. This guy's he's got his mouth full of like different bombs and things. He's got dynamite all over him. He's not like the smartest squig in the box, so he's not going to be able to do all these things that take a little bit of thought. He just wants to charge at the enemy and blow himself up. So there we go. So that makes sense narratively. I like that. And it does say a few places in the book that you can gain or lose experience in narrative play. And I couldn't find anywhere that said where you lose experience or how you lose it. So if you know about that, please let us know in the comments section below. It'd be great to find out. Okay, so that takes care of the dynamite range weapon. So now let's look at the close combat melee weapon, which is a vicious bite. And here we can make 3 attacks. We've got a weapon skill of 4+, and we're going to do some damage, still pretty good actually. 4 on a normal hit and 5 on a critical hit. And for the special rules, a none, and the critical hit rules, none for that either, and no abilities at all linked with vicious bite. So if you get close enough, or someone attacks you in close combat, you have got a way to retaliate or attack them if you choose. Now we're down to the keywords, which are Commando, Orc, we'll put our clan within those brackets, and the final keyword is BOMB SQUIG. And these keywords will affect certain things in the game, and for the Commandos, or the Orc Commandos, they've got an ability called Throat Slitters, but this doesn't apply to the BOMB SQUIG, so they're not entitled to use that ability that the rest of the kill team can. Now we're down to the bottom right of the data card, and usually we'd have the different specialisms here, but the BOMB SQUIG doesn't have any, so they can't access any specialisms in narrative play, and so they're not going to be able to get those battle honours that are associated with each of the different specialisms. Now let's take a look at the Commando kill team notes in the Octarius book to see how many of these BOMB SQUIGs we can put in our kill team. And the bad news is you can only take in 1. You can have 10 operatives altogether. One's going to be a commando knob, and then you can choose 9 commandos from the list that you can see beneath it. And so we can only take 1 BOMB SQUIG out of that list. We can have all 9 commando boys if we want, but any of those other specialists, including the BOMB SQUIG, we can only take 1 of each. And staying in that book, let's also look at some tactical ploys, and these are going to cost you 1 command point each, and the commandos come with 3. They're called Just a Scratch, Crump 'em, and Sneaky Git. And now there's some limitations on our BOMB SQUIG. They're not going to be able to use the Sneaky Git tactical ploy, which is a shame because that would have been perfect to get that in a good position early on in the game, and so you won't be able to use that one. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to use Crump 'em, but maybe Just a Scratch if they lose some hits, but 6 wounds is so low in this game they could easily be taken out. So I think with this guy you want to get him in as fast as you can towards the enemy where they're bunched up and just blow him up and take out as many as you can as quick as you can. I did a video about the Warhammer Plus battle report recently, and in that battle report they showed the BOMB SQUIG in action, and in 1 activation he caused 42 points of damage to the enemy, which is crazy. He took out 3 of the operatives in that 1 go. So I think having him on your kill team is a really good use of 1 operative. To be able to take 3 out in 1 activation is crazy, and 42 wounds is just insane. So if you can get him amongst even more operatives than they did in that battle report, then you could do, you could take out even more than that. So this guy's a must, I think. Great fun, and I'd love to include him in my kill team. But it'd be great to hear what you think about the BOMB SQUIG. Will you be including him in your kill team? And how can you imagine using him tactically in your game? So I'd love to know what you think. Let us know in the comments section below. And also, if I've made any mistakes during this video, please point them out. I'm still new to the game, learning as I go. And so, yeah, if I'm making mistakes, I really appreciate you point it out, and then I can pin the comment so others can see those corrections too. If you like the look of the BOMB SQUIG and the other Orc Commandos, then you can still get Kill Team Octarius, and you can get a great discounted Element Games. The RRP is $125. At the moment, they're selling it for £106.25, and I'll put a link in the description below. It'll be an affiliate link, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. You save that money, and you also support the channel as I get a commission from every sale made through that link too. Thanks for watching the video, thanks for subscribing, and a big thanks to my Patreon supporters for helping me get these daily videos out, and I really appreciate that support, so thanks so much. And I really hope you enjoyed the video, and so please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. If you like this kind of content and would like to support the channel, then please check out my Patreon page, and thanks to everyone who's joined so far. It's really awesome. We hang out on Discord, talk about the hobby, share ideas and help each other out, and you'll get some perks there that you're not going to find anywhere else. So I'll put a link in the description, and it'll be great to see you there.